Test of English language. Now, there are a lot of misconceptions around writing the English language exams, whether it's TOEFL or IELTS. So in this video, what I'm going to tell you is it's not required for your business school applications. So hi everyone, my name is Rohit Jha and I have a corporate experience of around 15 years across the globe, and through these videos I try to share my insights and experiences around variety of programs across the globe. Now, in this video, what I'm going to tell you is whether the exam is required or not. If yes, how, and how you're going to do that. And if it is not required, then what you're going to do that. Now, I will break this up from region to region. So let's first talk about the North American region. So let's talk about the USB schools. Now, in US, almost I would say 90 to 95% of the schools, they do not require you to write this exam. I'm specifically talking about Indian students here. Now, why they do not require? Because if your undergraduate education is or was in English, the medium of instruction was specifically in English, then you do not require to write this exam. There are few schools in US, definitely, irrespective of your bachelor's degree, they will require. For example, like Ohio Fisher or this UC Berkeley, UCLA, there are some schools they definitely require, but majority of the schools they do not require. So by default, do not write the exam. Now, how you're going to get that letter, that I'll cover that part later. Now let's talk about the Canadian schools. In Canada also, almost all the schools, they follow the same policy. You do not need to write the exam if your undergrad degree was in English or the medium of instruction was English. But there is a catch. When you're applying for Canadian B schools, during the visa, definitely you need to write this exam because that is a requirement by the immigration department. So this is a different step as compared to the US B school. In US, you don't require at any stage. So that's one part. Now, the same kind of, I would say, process is there in UK, in Europe, and in APAC. In APAC also, schools in Singapore and Hong Kong, they do not require this exam at all for Indian students. Same goes for Europe. Most of the top B schools, for example, LBS or INSEAD or HEC, they will also waive off Cambridge, including Cambridge as well, Cambridge, Oxford, they will waive off this requirement if your undergraduate degree was in English. So my point is, just do this. Check before starting your application. Do not write the exam because if someone else said this to you, that okay, this is an important step. Now, because even if you write the exam, it's not going to help you in your application. This is just an eligibility criteria. So whether you score a 8 band or 8.5 band on a scale of 9, this is independent of your MBA application. Now, let's talk about how you're going to give that letter or the support. Now, most of the Indian universities, on your transcript, this will be written at the top or at the bottom somewhere that the medium of instruction was English. If you have that document, if you have that mark sheet or official transcript, that will be more than enough and you do not need to do anything else. Now, if you do not have that, where on your transcript or mark sheet, if it is not written, then you just need to contact your college. Take a letter. There is a specific format where the college will give you this in written that the university degree, the course where you studied, the medium of instruction was English. So that's the letter which is more than enough for the schools. You just take the letter, get it signed and stamped by your school authorities, and then you can send the scanned copy to the B school. So this is the only thing you need to do. And this, what I'm talking about, is applicable across the globe for all the global B schools. Now, this requirement, same for other programs. For example, if you're applying for Masters, maybe you're applying for MS, maybe you're applying for MSBA or MIMs, MEMs, there are a variety of programs. So the policy kind of remains the same. So always be careful before you start the process, because what I have seen, most of the students by default, they write this exam, even if it is not required. So that's the idea of making this video, to make you aware that it's not a mandatory step. That's it for this video. Thank you so much. Do drop in more questions, more concerns, because that helps us to come up with more videos. So thank you so much for this video. In the meantime, take care and bye-bye.